Making millions over morning coffee. Well, today we're introducing a special new segment of Making Millions Over Morning Coffee. Every Tuesday we're going to talk about passive investing in real estate. Today is part one of a four-part series on IRA, or individual retirement account investing. So for the next 4 Tuesdays we're going to go into the details with you on how you can use retirement vehicles like IRAs to exponentially compound your wealth through real estate investing. Whether you want to be an active investor in buy and sell houses or apartment buildings or mobile homes or commercial property, or you just want to be a passive investor from the sidelines and just invest your money for 12, 15, 18% returns, which are quite common with a lot of individuals that we work with. So let's dig into it right away. So what is an IRA exactly? An IRA is just an individual retirement account. It's basically a personal savings plan that lets you set aside funds for your retirement. I mean, let's face it, someday you're not going to want to wake up and get in your car and go to work, or even go to your business if you have it. You have an end goal. So investments made within these retirement plans grow in either a tax-deferred or tax-free environment.
Adam's exactly correct. There's no better way to build your own personal Fort Knox for yourself and your family than by using tax-deferred or tax-free accounts, using IRAs to buy and sell real estate. This is one of the last few vehicles the government gives us. Of course, we get to write off our property taxes, and we as real estate investors always joke about that. That's one of the few special discounts or opportunities that were afforded by the government. But the nice thing about IRAs is anyone can have an IRA that has a social security number. So from your 2-day-old newborn to your 80-year-old grandma, anyone can have an IRA. All you have to have is a social security number, and you can establish an IRA. You can either fund it as a traditional IRA with pre-tax money, or you can fund it as a Roth IRA with post-tax money.
So let's dig into a little bit of those details. Now again, we're not financial planners, we're not CPAs, we're not attorneys. All we are is we're flesh and blood investors that want to just give you enough information so you can learn a little bit here and then go on in your own fact and information finding. You have to seek your own professionals. So what we're giving you here today, we just want to plant the seed so that you go out there and you learn more about it so you can start taking advantage of exactly what we're talking about. I mean, we would never tell you to go out and buy a house without looking at it. We would never tell you to go blindly invest in anything that you don't know about. What we want to do is make you aware of things that you can do just as an American here, things that you can take advantage of, taking advantage of the tax system with tax-deferred IRA money or after-tax IRA money so you can compound your wealth, use some of the benefits that the government and the tax laws put there in your favor. What is of particular interest to real estate investors are what's called self-directed IRAs. Now, self-directed IRAs aren't a term that the average person knows about because they just aren't marketed to us. I mean, you can't pick up Money Magazine, you can't turn on CNBC or Fox News or whatever your favorite news or media outlet is and find out about self-directed IRAs. What a self-directed IRA is it allows you to invest in that retirement savings vehicle, but you don't have to buy stocks or bonds or mutual funds or even commodities or CDs or money market funds, which are called like paper investments. You can invest in a self-directed IRA. You can invest in things like real estate, limited partnership, mobile home parks, land developments, and various other vehicles that aren't made available in other types of IRAs. So a self-directed IRA is the retirement vehicle just like you would have with your company or with yourself if you're self-employed, where you buy stocks and mutual funds, say in the S&P 500. It's the same type of vehicle, so it has the same tax treatment, except you can just invest in different things. You can self-direct. You can tell your custodian where you want to place that money.
Yeah, the reason that we don't know about this is the average Americans, and the first time I heard about it was at a real estate seminar, and I absolutely freaked out. I said, they have to be wrong. There's no way that this is possible. We're going to get into some very, very strong ways to multiply your net worth in the next few segments every Tuesday on this. But the difference between a tax-deferred and a tax-free IRA, let's go over that. Let's keep it a little bit basic for today. Tax deferred basically means before the government takes any money out of your paycheck, you get to put that money into a retirement fund. So it's essentially growing without the taxes taking out of it yet, which the average person's at 28 to 33%. So let's just say a third. So for every $10,000 you make, $3,333 isn't taken out. It's working for you all those years. However, when it comes time to take that money out, that's when you're going to get hit with your taxes. So now let's look at the Roth IRA, which is tax-free money. What that means is after you get your paycheck and the government took the third out, now you're going to take that $666 out of your $1,000. You put that in a Roth IRA now, and when you take it out, it isn't taxed because it's already been taxed. Now that's one of the most powerful investment vehicles that I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. Income taxes for businesses and for individuals are one of the largest wealth destroying things out there. To be quite honest with you, I mean, we're entrepreneurs and we're investors, so we definitely favor low tax rates. We understand that taxes are some of the price that we pay to have a civilized society, so some taxes are necessary, and we'll acknowledge that, but we want to minimize taxes. We want to use the tax laws to our benefit. Self-directed IRA investing, particularly Roth IRA investing, allows us to do exactly that. Now, you might want to know, what are the advantages of a self-directed IRA over a traditional IRA where you're investing in stocks and bonds? Because we're always told that stocks and bonds can get us 10 to 11% a year. Our money doubles about every 7 years, and we could have a good chunk of change when we're ready to hang up the work boots and grab the fishing pole. But the advantage of a self-directed IRA are numerous, and the first and biggest advantage is diversification. You can take and invest your money into really things that you wouldn't have access to, like real estate. Let's say you want to go out and buy a house. Let's say you want to go out and buy a house. Maybe you lost a little bit of equity in your personal home, but you want to go back and make up for that and then some by picking up a bargain Michigan investment property. Now, you can do that through a self-directed IRA, where you would never be able to do that through a Fidelity mutual fund or through a T. Rowe Price mutual fund. So just that in and of itself gives you a great advantage of using a self-directed IRA. Maybe you want to invest passively in other types of real estate. Maybe you want to lend money to a real estate investor and get 15–16% on your money, which beats the pants off of the stock market, and it's secured by the house. What you can do is you can invest, you can lend from that self-directed IRA to the real estate investor secured by the house, and you can get 15+% compound returns on your money each and every year through that self-directed IRA. So there are two big advantages right there. I mean, on top of being able to call your own shots. So look at three main advantages to self-directed IRA investing that should really be sparking you up out of your chair as soon as this show is over to go find out more. What we're going to do is we're going to come back to this next Tuesday. Remember, every Tuesday we're coming back with passive real estate investment strategies. Today was part 1 of how to use IRAs to invest in real estate. We want you to check back with us tomorrow because we're going to be back making you millions over morning coffee. Again, my name is Adam Davis. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to www.adamjdavis.com.
My name is Dylan Tanaka. You can check me out at www.dylantanaka.com.
And be sure to join us tomorrow morning as we make you millions over morning coffee.